Okay, digital imaging. Today we're going to start using the pen tool, and so we learned about some of the basic tools inside Illustrator. So we learned about our shape tool. Let me get a fill on here so we can change the color of that. We learned about our different shape tools and how these tools are made up of lines and anchor points. So remember, if I want to change some of the anchor points on any of these shapes here, I can click with my direct selection tool and click and drag. And here you can even see the handles that the shape is made of. So on some of those default shapes that you have, you can adjust the handles on those just with the direct selection tool. Now what we're going to do today is we're going to be using a drawing tool, which is the pen tool. And the pen tool works by making paths and anchor points. So when I select this, I'm going to select my pen tool here. You want to make sure that you're on this one. We'll talk about the add anchor point, delete anchor point, and this other anchor point tool later on. But with this, if I click once, I can make a straight line. If I click again, I can make a shape here, and then I can go in and select that shape. Okay. If I want to make straight lines, I can click once, and if I hold my shift key, you'll see that when I try to move my pen tool, it only moves on 45-degree angles. So if I have my shift key down and I want to make like a square or a rectangle, I can click and hold, and it'll even have, if you have your snap to on, it'll even show you to snap on the grid here. I can make a shape like that. Oops. Okay. And you can see that this is a closed path because this path is filled in and it's got a stroke going all the way around. Now the other thing that I can do with the pen tool is I can draw curves. So if I click once, I can make my anchor point. If I click and hold my mouse button down, I can make a curve. And depending on which direction and how far I pull on these handles, I can make a curve. Okay. So now if I want to go around something like that, I can do something like that. So let's say this starts to look kind of like a heart. Let's say I want to make, kind of like a heart shape. I can click and pull, something like that. Now, depending on which direction and how far out you pull with the pen tool depends on what type of arc shape you're going to make here. And it also bases your curve off of your previous one because we have these two handles interacting here. Okay. It takes a little bit of practice here, but what we're going to do today is we're going to do some practice with the pen tool. So I'm going to delete this. Okay. So this is our practice assignment that we're going to use. You've got a series of lines that we're going to practice with, and on these lines you'll see that it has markings for where the anchor point is, for your handles, and then for your other anchor points. So what you're going to do is you're going to draw with the pen tool, you're going to pull out towards the handle, let go, and then you're going to make your next line here. So I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to start off with this first point, and this is going to be my anchor point. Now I know I need to pull my handle out here because this handle is out in this direction here. So I'm going to click once and pull over like that. Then I'm going to click again and pull over like this. Okay, and I'm going to pull my handle out like that. I'm going to get rid of my fill here, that way I can see my line. And then I can also adjust my stroke, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. I'm going to click and pull out like that. Okay, there's my line. If you want to be able to see your stroke, I can click off of this and then click on with my selection tool, and I can make this a little bit thicker. Remember, if you want to select your stroke color, you can do that like that. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go on to this next one here. I'm going to grab my pen tool again. I'm going to zoom in. So I'm going to pressing Control plus to zoom in, Control minus to zoom out. And I'm going to click once, pull up here. And I know I want to pull this handle up in this direction because that's where that red dot is. So that's telling me to stop. So I'm going to go and click up like that. Okay. I'm going to go to my anchor point, pull down like this, and let go like that. Go to my anchor point, click, hold my mouse button down, and pull up like that. I'm also holding the shift key, and with the shift key I can make a line and it'll go straight up here. Let go. Holding my mouse button down and my shift key down, letting go. And holding my shift key down one more time, like that. Okay. I can click off. I've been doing this a little bit, so I've got a little bit more practice. If you need to go and do it again, you can go and do it again. I'm going to grab my pen tool, click, hold my mouse button down, pull the handle out, let go, click, mouse button held down, and let go. With the pen tool, it takes a little bit of practice, but after a little while, you start to get a feel for it. So these first few shapes, they're kind of hard. but keep practicing and you'll get a feel for how far out you need to pull, which direction, what kind of angle, and it'll become kind of like second nature. Okay, clicking and pulling. Actually, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Like this. So I'm a little off. It's going to mess up this line here. Oh, I should go back and change that, but I'm just going to keep going here. And then we're going to go to this last one here. This kind of egg shape. Pull this up like that. Pull over and down. And then come back around. I'm going to complete that path. Okay. Just like that. Okay, and then that's the pen tool here. We're going to keep doing a lot of practice with this. It is kind of takes a little bit of practice with it, but after a while you get the hang of it. So we'll keep doing some more with that. Okay.